You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Lloyd. They are perhaps the best podcast in the history of podcasting, so we encourage you to vote for them on the Creative Loafing Best of the Bay under the Entertainment section. Just head to vote.cltampa.com to cast your vote. Click on The Hang with Mike and Matt and ensure they get their place in history.
That sounded very professional.
Oh, you have no idea.
Is that AI? Was it an AI-generated voiceover?
What do you think? Let me. What do you think it was AI or no?
It sounded legit. I'm saying it's AI though. I'm saying it's AI.
All right, I'll tell you the truth here in a moment. But when I got the read back, okay, I almost like wanted to go back to the person and be like, "Hey, you sound really bored." But then I was like, that's the funny part, is the fact that the read, he sounds so bored.
You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Lloyd. They are perhaps the best podcast in the history of podcasting.
Like, he doesn't want to do this read.
17 seconds. You can't motivate yourself for 17 seconds?
He has no interest in doing this.
We encourage you to vote for them.
Here, listen to The Hang.
Let's see if I can get this done in
Of
17 seconds.
So we encourage
Move
you to
on
vote
with my
for
life.
them on the Creative Loafing Best of the Bay under the Entertainment section. Just head to vote.cltampa.com to cast your vote. Click on The Hang with Mike and Matt and ensure they get their place in history.
I mean, sheer boredom, am I right?
Sheer boredom.
All right. No, so I was going to go back to him.
So did you go to AI and say, I want AI announcer to sound really bored while he's reading?
That's correct. I went back to the AI announcer and I said, hey, man, I don't know who you are or where you come from, buddy, but you sound pretty bored reading that. And didn't really get a response because it's AI. And so
Was it AI?
It was AI, yeah. Crazy, right? Crazy bored.
Bored.
Even AI's like, I don't want to do this. Who's going to take AI's job when they get tired of doing it?
I don't know, but I've seen stuff on the internet, on Twitter and stuff with the AI, and a lot of it you can tell it's AI. It's like, it looks way too good. It's just way too good.
Oh yeah,
it looks fake.
Yeah,
I don't know what
the future holds, but I know that the voiceover community is it's going to be bad. It's going to be a slaughterhouse when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But this guy's really bored on our read. That's all I know. I was like, we're safe for now.
Yeah.
In another 6 months, then we're screwed. But we're safe for now. As long as AI sounds bored
like that.
Yeah, sounds bored. We're okay.
But I've seen that they're doing some videos, and you got Donald Trump and Elon Musk are robbing a grocery store. And
Yeah.
And it's like that's the best they got. I can't believe there's not fake AI stuff all over the internet showing Trump and Biden and Kamala Harris doing all kinds of crazy shit.
I'm sure it's out there.
That's what I figured was going to happen with this election, was going to be a total AI bullshit election, and you're like, I don't know what's going on.
There's
it's all fake.
Still time.
Yeah, they're waiting.
The beautiful part is both sides can use it equally. Like, both sides can really use it. Like, it's not like you can, like Biden did with Zuckerberg and Meta, and be like, hey, can you throttle this laptop story down? And, AI, it's an equal opportunity offender if you want to really.
Equal opportunity liar.
Yeah. I mean, so both sides could, it's almost like they're going to have to come to an agreement going, hey, man, can we just make an agreement like not to use AI to bastardize one another? And then they're both going to do it anyways.
They're both going to do it anyway. And whoever controls the media will control the truth or the lie. You say the media says it's true, and you're like, that sure looks like, well, this media says it's a lie. I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like a bunch of bullshit.
It's going to get crazy. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Matt.
How are you?
I'll be better in just a second.
Uh-oh. He's doing the Daily Toke. The Daily Toke. With Mike Manson Waters. Man, I'm
much better.
I'm so jealous that I have to watch you, smoke this medical marijuana that you have.
Perfectly legal.
Perfectly legal. That John Morgan guy, he is. I probably heard 15 commercials for him for the medical marijuana just today of him vote yes on Amendment 3 or something like that.
He's fixing to make a shit ton of money. He's in. Yeah, I mean,
good for him.
Yeah, I mean, how much money do you need?
Lots.
I'm not that guy.
I know.
I'm not that guy. These people just want more and more. Okay, now I've made $1 billion in law, and now I'm going to make a few hundred more million in marijuana. And nobody else is going to have the opportunity because I got it sewed up because I'm John Morgan.
It's a weird thing because, I mean, you can't take it with you, and even if you give it to your family, how much, how much do they need? You're right in the sense of how much does anybody need, but these days, I don't even know. For all we know, John Morgan's property taxes could be raised, and he might not be able to afford his house.
Please. He's got houses in Hawaii, all over the world. He's a rich mother effer, man.
God bless it. I wouldn't need that. I would do, if I was really, really, really rich, I would do a house here because Florida's pretty sweet overall as far as climate goes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I like Florida. It's a little too hot in the summer, but you got 3 months you got to get through, and then it's pretty cool.
Maybe something in the mountains, change of scenery, get off the grid.
I don't. You can have 2 houses. I'd have 2 houses,
and then a bunker.
You can have a bunker too.
I feel like you got to have a couple above ground, and then that one. Below.
I don't know if you want a bunker. I don't know if you want to live.
I don't want one.
I don't know if you want to live if you need a bunker, because that
means everybody else's skin is falling off.
And they're gonna find your bunker. They're gonna find it.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, what do you got down there? You got a generator. You have to have electricity, right? You're underground.
The worst part is, if you're underground and you feel like everything's safe, and then the generator goes out or something, and your cameras go down, and you don't know what's outside waiting for you. Like how scared would you be in a bunker, and now you have no idea what's waiting for you when you get out, and you could
and you hear on the back somebody trying to bash in
you look at the person next to you in your bunker, and you go, oh man, this is like a real last stand right here.
Get the AKs,
and then you go, they're going to have more AKs than us.
There's 75 of them out there.
And you don't even know. The second you pop your head up, boom.
Oh, Trace always says it. He's like, you really want to live, after the apocalypse? I don't. I'm not Survival Joe.
I want my kids to. It's not so much about me as it is the kids.
You want them to suffer a horrible death at the hands of mutants after the apocalypse.
Well, when you put it like that,
I mean, you have to have a generator, so there has to be some kind of exhaust. It has to go up, right? Out.
I don't know. Some of those shelters look pretty sweet. Some of those bunkers.
I smell me a generator about 2 miles east.
Yeah.
Barbecue and steaks. I smell that too. Yeah.
I always like it because they go, it's completely hidden underground, but meanwhile, there's like a door that's completely above ground.
You got to get there. You got to get into it.
And it's like, hey, that's
I think you'd have to
a real tell.
You have to have a fake rock.
a nice giant, Jesus rock.
A giant fake Jesus rock over top of your trap door to get down into it.
Yeah, the whole thing is.
Wonder if they've thought of these things.
It's a lot to take in. Man, speaking of Jesus, I had to do a forced adult interaction this past weekend. It was Mike,
that sounds horrible.
I can't tell you.
That sounds like the worst thing in the world, like top of the list of things you don't want to do. Forced adult interaction.
It's my nightmare, and I mean that on several levels. It's a nightmare from I get panic attacks. I got like a PTSD thing going on. I got an autism thing going on. This is the most normal you will ever see me. Is this right here?
You're a mess.
Other than that, I'm yeah.
Why does Tasha stay with you?
It's a weird thing. I know.
She's trying to fix you.
Well, I think she realized after this weekend there's no fixing.
Unfixable.
I look like I had just gone to war. I'm sitting in this house. You walk in the house, and keep in mind, I go in there fully knowing it's not them. It's me. Like it's not like they've done nothing wrong. Everybody's perfectly nice. They're completely normal. It's me. I'm the one that I go, oh, this is not good for me. They're all normal. Everything's fine.
What kind of, can you give me like a vague scenario?
Sure.
What it is?
So it was a kids and a parents meetup, and I didn't know what to expect. Turned out there's about 100 people inside this house, and I'm like,
People that I have. That's
quickly, like it happened quick, and
turned into a rager.
But you walk in, and there's crosses, a bunch of Jesus crosses on the wall, so you know it's a holy house. Which again, nothing wrong with that. But now I really have to be mindful of going. Now I got to watch
what I can say.
Watch my language. Then I'm hearing church talk. And I'm going, oh man. No. So now like people are trying to talk to other people about like what church they go to. Hey, you should come check this one out. And I'm going,
Oh, I can't wait for somebody to ask me what church I go to.
Dude.
That's why I don't have any friends.
Yeah. I know. The whole time I'm going, this is not going to. So I just don't say anything at all. I'm like shell shocked for 2 hours of just sitting there saying nothing.
So
like
up against the wall?
Sweating. Panic attack.
People are, what's up with that guy?
Yeah. Completely.
Have you noticed that weird guy? Has he got a gun? What do you think? What's going on?
I don't say anything to my family for like 4 hours, right? After we leave. And it's nothing. It's just because I'm trying to, it's me. And finally, my wife is like, so what did you think about today? And I just blew my top. I was like, I thought it was a nightmare. And I'm going through all this stuff. And she's like, you got to get help. I'm like, I know. But the whole Jesus thing was the initial thing, because that's the first thing I saw when I walked in the house. And that's like the first thing I don't want to see when I walk in a house. And it's not them. They're perfectly fine. It's just now I got to come at things with a different approach. Now I just got to shut up.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Did you talk to a lot of people?
Nope.
Did you talk to anybody?
Oh, barely. Then they had this game.
Oh, a game.
I'm sweating. My palms are sweating even just thinking about this. They made these bingo cards, and you had to go meet other adults, and it's like, kind of find, oh, you're left-handed. Who here is left-handed? Are you left-handed? Or is your favorite sports team this, or do you play a sport? Like all these different get to know the other adults questions.
That's awesome.
That was it for me. I was like, I can't
do it.
I can't be normal in that environment. You? I mean, you've had to go through that. You've raised multiple children.
I don't know what kind of get together with all 100 people, and
we were all going to swing.
Get to know each other. I don't know what kind of, what is that? I don't even understand. It's not a party.
No,
just
no.
Give me,
I'll write it down.
Write it down so I can blow you in about 3 minutes.
Perfect. Yes. Yes.
Accidentally, of course.
Yes, this will give you an idea, a further in-depth view of what it entails.
Oh.
Get it now?
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, let me get that out of my mind and
bro.
move along. We didn't have a lot of get-togethers where we went to like other parents' houses.
No forced adult interaction?
No, I don't think I ever did that. There was like maybe a Christmas party at somebody's house, but everybody's getting loose.
Here, nobody was getting loose.
Yeah, you got to get loose.
And I was like, what if everybody got loose? But then I'm looking around like, nobody's even talking about getting loose. Nobody's like, man.
There's not even stuff to get loose with, is there? There's no stuff to get loose
everybody's
with.
very tight. Nobody's loose. Everybody's very tight.
I'm telling you what you needed. What you needed, Matt.
Oh, you're the Daily Toke with Mike Manson Waters.
Oh, shit. I'm knocking shit down.
I wonder what would have happened if I went in there and did that.
You would have had such a better time.
Well, I know I would have, but I don't know how that. And here's the thing. Here's what I truly think. If you got 100 people, 50 parents, whatever, call it 50 parents.
Yeah.
not all, just playing the odds, not all 50 parents are perfect and not doing anything wrong and not getting loose and not smoking weed.
Yeah. Oh, please,
Like, it's like
please.
50 people playing pretend. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, probably 30 people playing pretend. 20 people who are probably, you know, straight laced. And
then the other 30 people like me, and it's like
faking funk.
Yeah, but you want to like be able to find that other person, and be like, "Hey, man, this is some bullshit, isn't it?" And then be like, "Yeah, this is some bullshit."
That's the guy the people you want to find.
Yeah, and I did not talk to anybody, so I don't know who those people were. And I was trying to eyeball them.
It's hard. You can't eyeball people.
Everybody was very, and on top of it, it was also a thing where they were all. I didn't know what to wear, so I'm wearing long Nike basketball shorts. I'm dressing like Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know, that's what's comfortable to me.
Were there any suits over there?
Not suits,
No, okay.
but it was the Dockers, some
polos or
a sweet set of Hey Dudes with no socks and you know, the collared shirt. And again,
socks.
nothing wrong with it. It's just not
you,
not me,
not you.
But yeah, and I'm going, I don't know. If I saw another dude with Nike basketball shorts on, I would have been like, "That's my guy.
That's your guy.
That's the guy I got to
If
gravitate."
there was not one guy there like that, though, right?
Not that I recall.
See, well, for one thing, Donna wouldn't go to one of those things either. So she would never try to drag. She wouldn't try to drag me there. And that's the only way I'm going to some drug. So I'm not going to something like that. But if I did, I would get high. Shut up! I'd get high, and I'd become very social when I'm high, which is completely opposite of me. Like, put me in a room with strangers. I don't, I'm not. It takes so. But if
Yeah.
I'm high, I'm just like, let's go. Let's go.
See, if I were to be high, I would probably be off my rocker laughing like a madman.
And
And
the hit of the party, buddy.
I would have maybe looked a little even more odd than I did by not saying anything. I don't know. It's a tough balancing act.
People, if you're homeschooling your kid, it seems like you know.
Hey, language.
See, I told you. Let's see.
God damn it, Mike.
From now on, don't write me. You can't even write me a note.
I have to write you. That was a
No, you
fake
can't.
note. That was a fake
You
note.
have
That
to
wasn't
write-
even a real
there
thing.
There you go. That's the plan. From now on, do what you just did.
That's-
Write the fake note. I'll blow you into your fakeness.
That's right. There we
and
go.
then you can, after the show, you can throw it in my face or how stupid I am. Triple Edge Sword, subscribe for 50 months.
Hey. Oh yeah, we got to hit up chat tonight. We promised last week we were going to hit up chat at some point.
We promised.
We promised.
Angus Bump subscribed for 6 months. Thank you very much, Angus Bump.
Angus Bump.
Angus Bump.
That's
I don't
good.
know what that means.
I don't know. That's good. I think.
So if I didn't have weed, I would dread those situations. But I've come to where I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm smoking weed and I'll chat you up. I don't care.
But have you ever been too high?
Oh God, yeah.
See, that would be the weird thing if you're the parent and you got your kids there, and
that's
then
right.
you're too high, and it's like, wow, such and such's dad is
He's freaking out.
he's a weird one.
Freaking out. I remember we went to when he had the Christmas party what was it? His club in St. Pete.
Okay, yeah.
The one. I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
I think he had the black honkies. No, the white honkies, right? Or the black honkies. No, the black honkies. Do you remember that one?
Sort of.
Okay, so they're out there in the back doing dabs.
Oh God.
And I've never done a dab, so I go back there with me and Donna back there, and then everybody starts doing dabs. They're like, "Come on!" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll give it a shot." And I was for the first half hour of that party, I'm just standing here freaking out. Just not doing anything, but just freaking out. Oh, it was terrible. Then afterwards, I had the time of my life. I had a great time afterwards.
So
Just got to
what's
get through that freak out.
What's the deal with the dabs?
It's wax, which is probably what's what's the stuff called? With a hash.
I've-
Probably hash. It's
See, I
probably
feel so
hash.
old. I don't need, like, people go, oh, it's a dab. And I'm going, I don't know. Like, what is it, though? It's very sticky. It's very, but I can't figure
I
out.
think it's some kind of form of hash. And then they blowtorch it. And it just...
I just want to see how many times you say hash. It's a form of hash.
Is that how I say it? Hash. I do say it. What's wrong with me?
So what? It's hash.
I got my hash pipe. Hash. I'm not going to practice it.
Hash.
Hash. Hash. Hashish, my friend. No, I think it's different. I think hashish is something different. Hash. So, I did it again. Don, are you making some of that corned beef hash? And it really gets you high. Way high.
Okay.
Pantera I was like, well,
Pantera.
how high can you get? I mean, he's like, well, you can do a dab and then you don't have to smoke again for like 9 hours. I was like, oh, well, that does sound good.
I mean, that's nice. You get to take a break from smoking and you're just really enjoying the dab for 9 hours.
9 hours.
Unless you freak out, then you got 9 hours of freaking out.
No, it's only half hour freaking out.
Oh, okay.
And then it was awesome.
Smooth sailing.
It's awesome. I was going to show you. See, you never get to see, I think it was National Dog Day. Not that I celebrate any of this kind of stuff. But
Mr. Hallmark Holiday.
I don't do that kind of thing. But Donna put up a picture. Where is it? There it is. Donna, I think she put up a picture of the dogs. And you've never seen 3 of these dogs.
That's
you see this doggy.
Yep, I see that
and
one.
you see that doggy because they're good doggies. This doggy has passed. He's my little Buzzy. And that's the big Baxter. He's a pain in the ass. This is the Bella who hates Trace with a passion like no animal's ever hated another.
really.
He can't get within 3 feet of her. She's like, "Argh." And she doesn't do that to anybody else on the planet, but she hates him.
Do you like yell at the dog and be like, hey? Do you like try to correct the behavior, or it's just it's way past
It's
that?
been 10 years.
It's a lot of hate.
9 years. It's been 9 years. She hasn't changed at all. She hates him every time. He comes here every day almost.
So when you and then the other one, what's the other one? You're right. I haven't seen
This one?
these dogs at all.
That's the mom. And she had 9 puppies here. And we got rid of 7. And these are the 2 we couldn't get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's a sweetie pie. They're all good dogs. They just she just hates Trace.
Man,
I didn't show anybody. That's
You didn't
didn't
try to
show
like
anybody.
you didn't try to like Caesar Milan it and
like
it's
what?
like corrective behavior and every time the dog does something you go tss, tss, like Caesar Milan does. He just like I can't tell if that guy's BSing or not. I'm not sure. It
I
feels
don't
like it
know.
works on when I watch the show and he's correcting dogs. It feels like it works, but I almost think it works because the dog doesn't know him and
Yeah. What's this guy sitting me for?
yeah, like maybe 2 weeks later that dog's like now that dude's gone, back to my old ways.
Back to walking all over mom and pop.
This strange short guy came in and started going zzz.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought a couple times about getting like a trainer over here, somebody who and say, can you get this dog to not hate my son? And see if he's like he see like one interaction and go, nope.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I've seen like this one guy. He goes up and he comes behind the dog that's laying down and he wraps it up. It forces himself on the dog, like he's wraps up this dog for like a minute, and then that breaks the dog. And once he lets it go, dog's totally cool to him.
Yeah, maybe that dog was. You try that with another dog that doesn't quite get on TV. The footage of that dog just ripping his face off.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder how many outtakes, how many of the the Caesar Milans that didn't work out. Cut! Do not show this film. Do not release this episode.
Come on,
You can't win them all.
Yeah, and see, I'm an honest guy. You're an honest guy, Matt. But if we do a show and it's about dog training, and then there's a dog that's acting up, we're going to edit that out because that's not good for business.
That's yeah. If your whole business is training the dogs and you've got footage of you not being able to train the dogs, that's,
you know, that's just smart business right there.
I do. Okay. So when it comes to like animal trainers, I will tell you, I never really went to like SeaWorld as a kid or anything like that. But I went there a few years ago with the family.
Yeah.
I was fascinated with that whale show, with the killer whale and
When
the
did
dolphins.
they still got the killer whales?
It was probably 5 years ago.
Okay, but I don't think they have it now.
Oh, bummer.
No, they made them stop.
Bummer.
Yeah.
They
No
did a
more
tremendous job.
No more killer whale shows.
Oh, man. Well,
Such a tragedy, Matthew, watching one of the most intelligent creatures on earth forced to do tricks so it can get fish.
I'll tell you what, it was a pretty sweet show.
Pretty good.
I mean, however they train those things, okay, is I got to give them props. Now, occasionally, one gets eaten or
Sometimes.
you know,
Very rare.
You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet. But that omelet, when I watched that show, I was like, this is a hell of an omelet. What they've been able to accomplish, getting these dolphins to go this way and that way, and the whales are doing the whole thing, and they're surfing on top of them. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is cool.
I always think about how cool is that? Other than getting eaten occasionally, just rarely, being the guy that's skiing on dolphins, how cool, or being the guy that gets on
You're pretty awesome at that
on the
point.
orca's nose. And the orca shoots out of the air, and you fly like 20 feet. I mean,
you go home and your wife's like, "How was work today?" You're like, "Pretty fucking sweet." That's how it was.
you show her a picture.
How was your day? Let me show you about mine.
You're 30 feet above 3,000 people.
Just trained this killer whale today and flew 30 feet in the air, in front of a giant crowd. 3 different shows today.
It's pretty badass.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
Are you working tomorrow, dear? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it all over again tomorrow.
I'm going in extra on the weekend for free.
I'm picking up a shift. I also went to like Busch Gardens, and they've got those, I think it was Busch Gardens, the little animal shows.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool because the dogs will, you'll see a dog like on a seesaw, and then all of a sudden a squirrel will come out of the backstage and grab something and pull something down, and then it's all the synchronization of all these different weird animals. And that day, this was a couple years ago.
You're not.
I was high.
There you go. See, I was gonna say you're not. You can't find an ounce of entertainment in a crowd of 100 people.
No,
But,
you're right.
Even with a tip sheet that's trying to help you out there, but squirrels, and dogs on teeter-totters crack
Fascinated.
you up.
Fascinated.
Time of your life.
It might be the best thing ever. How can you train a squirrel to do something?
I couldn't train nothing to do nothing.
You got a dog that's hated your kid for a decade.
I've never been. It starts with shake. I've always been able to teach a dog to shake and sit, and that's all I can do. And it's hopeless. It's hopeless.
We've got a duck now.
Do you adopt you or?
I don't know how that goes, but according to my son, because the mom is gone, and you called it a trash duck.
Muscovy.
Muscovies.
Yeah, that's the ultimate trash. They can barely fly. They're just their mangled faces.
Cute little duck for now.
Oh, they do. When they're young, they're cute.
So cute.
And then it's just like somebody threw acid on their face.
Yeah, it looks like a terrorist. All of them look like the victim of a terrorist attack.
Horrible.
But this duck, I guess, so they imprint on the human. So now the duck has imprinted on my son. So it follows him around everywhere, outside, but then you got to look out for the hawks and all this stuff. So
It's tiny.
Yeah. And
how tragic is that?
I don't want to love the duck, but I think I think I like the duck.
The ducks are cute.
Cute.
The ducklings are very cute.
But I think it is already forming that Muscovy victim look.
So it'd be interesting.
His face.
It'd be interesting to see, how attached it stays. I think I imagine it'll just think its family.
I think you're exactly right. And then you have to get
they shit everywhere.
They have,
They
lucky
shit
for us.
everywhere.
Lucky for us, they have duck diapers, Mike. That I believe we're gonna have to have.
Boy,
Around. Yep.
I think you might want to not worry about the hawks too much anymore.
Well, worry about me eating a bullet, maybe.
No, just let the hawk get it. Let the hawk get
I
it.
see. Let's
the hawk get it.
let nature take
Yes,
its
yeah.
course. What happened to the duck? I don't know.
Should have been faster.
Flew away with the bird. Yeah, I don't know.
We had 2 geese that just flew into the yard one day and stayed, so we'd feed them, and man, we were like, I guess that's our geese now. And they they come up on the porch. It was just a big, nasty goose shit everywhere. It's terrible.
It's very rude of them. You're trying to take care of them, and here
No respect at all.
no respect
from the geese.
Yeah. So that's So I got
So you got a duck.
a duck now. You've got 19 dogs. What's next?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know what's next.
I learned my lesson, but it was way too late. Now it's whittling down. It's whittling down. We got two on tap.
Which one's the next one to go? If you were to take bets on it.
Okay, see, this is absolute. So he's gone.
Yeah.
My little Buzzy. I love him so much. She is going to be 14, so she hopefully has another year or 2 left. But
Okay.
she's not going to live. So she's next. She's 10, so she's got a few 9, 11. So all these are going to die in the space of a couple years. In like 4 years, it's going to be mass death. It's going to suck.
Mass casualties.
It's good.
All right. Let me ask you this.
Once again, I forgot to share because I'm a jackass. So she's next to go. Dead dog walking. She's Rue. She's the sweetest dog ever. She's 10. She's 11. 9 and 9. They're all going to die at the same time.
All right. Let's say that today you could eliminate one. Not eliminate in a bad way, but you see one runs away to never be seen again. Which one would that be?
Right there. See, I don't even have to think about it. I don't even have to think about it.
So, but that's not even the one that hates Trace.
No, I love this dog. I love this dog. This dog is so cool and so sweet and so awesome.
So you would happily keep the one that hates your son?
Yes, absolutely.
That's hilarious.
This guy, look, he's a big giant, teddy bear. He likes to kill deer though.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, it's the deer killer.
Yeah, and he'll get it. He got the raccoon. He'll get anything. He's got that hunting instinct. And my life would just be so much easier if big old Baxter was not around. But I don't see him going anywhere soon, so I'll be stuck with that for about 3 more years. He's big. I got to admit. Sometimes big dogs don't live as long as medium-sized dogs, and I'm hoping that's the case.
Okay.
I'm planning on giving him a wonderful life until he's gone.
But when he goes, are you kind of in the back of your mind?
I'm gonna have a party.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, 'cause he's sweet, but oh god, he's a pain in the ass. This dog sleeps with me every night.
That's hot.
She's a sweetie. And she's always got Chinese eyes. For some reason, she always thinks she's never in trouble, ever.
She looks like Yoda or something.
She's always got, she always acts like she's got in trouble for some reason. So that's my dogs.
National Dog Day.
Down to 5.
What is National Dog? What an epitome of a Hallmark holiday, right? Like every day is something. Like National Cheesecake Day
and then Congress. Why do we got to get Congress involved? Congress has to actually make it the day. Congress says it's National Cottage Cheese Day.
I do feel like they should be above that.
It's stupid.
It's because
asinine.
Daisy sour cream or cottage cheese. The industry came to them and said, "Hey, Mr. Congressman, I'm such and such here on behalf of Purdue Foods.
Yep.
Would you mind making National Chicken Day?
And by the way, here's $10,000.
And I don't know why I'm doing that accent. It just feels like it's the right voice for the job."
And I think that's how it works. They pay them, and it's National, Fried Chicken Day.
And there it is.
Yippee.
And that's how laws are born.
Yippee-yo.
Remember that thing in school? And they would tell you, there used to be these videos in school and be like, and that's how a law is born. And they would go through the steps. You remember that when you were a kid?
Nope. I remember Schoolhouse Rock, but that might be before your time.
Yeah, I don't remember Schoolhouse.
Okay, so
Right?
they teach you on Saturday mornings while you're watching cartoons.
So probably something similar.
Yeah, just tells you how.
It'd be like a 2-minute story, and then at the end it'd be like, and that's how a law is born.
Boy, they should do a new one and show you how it's really fucking born.
Here's how a law is really born.
That's how you do it. Oh, that'd be perfect.
That would be great. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not. See, they were hitting us with a bunch of stuff politically, with assassination attempts, and Biden's forced out, and then Kamala, and then they picked Tim Walz, and now it's kind of been about a week and a half or two of nothing. So when is it going to ramp back up, and what kind of bullshit are they going to toss at us? Because it's going to be bigger. It's got to be bigger than, to really get our attention. It's going to have to be big.
So I'm pretty jazzed about the RFK thing. If I was going to be honest about something that, like, in the last week that's occurred in the world of politics, not to talk politics, but just in the world of that, I'm pretty jazzed about that. And part of the reason is, actually, not main reason is, I want to see those JFK files, man. Come on.
If RFK can't get the JFK files out,
right?
Nobody can.
Like, that to me is worth the price of admission for my vote. I would, like, that's one of those things where it's like, if I was on the fence and everything was even on both sides, and then like,
yep,
but he's gonna get the JFK files, I'm going, all right, you got my vote. Like, I'm tipping that way.
Even if there's a chance, because there's no reason to vote any other time because nothing's going to change. Mm-hmm. But there's a chance that the JFK files could be released. That would be, that's worth your vote, because nothing else is going to change.
Yeah.
They say, what do you think, he's going to be the CIA director and release the files? He said did you hear what he said? He's like, I'd never be head of the CIA because I forgot what I was going to say now. Why did they said that the Senate would never, ever confirm him as head of the CIA. So he'd have to be in a position where the Senate didn't have to affirm him, because they're dicks and they're not going to affirm him
out of spite.
Out of spite, because that's how our country works now. They're not going to affirm him for anything. Isn't it crazy, though? His own family, they act like he's a lunatic.
I mean, he is kind of nuts with the whole bear in the park thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole separate issue.
Did you hear about the whale?
No.
Oh, see, this is a story that his daughter told.
Well, this might be this is either going to make him legendary or not. I don't know. The story about the whale.
And so one time they're up there in Maine or whatever.
This sounds like a children's parable. Now the story of RFK and the whale.
It's from his daughter.
Okay, let's hear it.
So they go up there at the beach up in Nantucket or some BS like that. Up there, and he's go get the chainsaw. There's a dead whale at the beach, and so he gets his chainsaw.
Come on!
And he runs down to the beach. He cuts the whale's head off, and then he straps it to the roof of the car and drives it back to his house with whale juice running all down the car's windshield.
So he is a psychopath.
So he is a psycho. He was always they say he's always been fascinated with dead animals.
Yeah, I didn't hear about the whale thing.
It was in the New York Post. It wasn't just an internet fake deal.
So that's two different wild animal,
bizarre
excursions.
Psychotic, bizarre excursions into dead wild animal behavior.
Still want those JFK files, though.
Yeah, he says a lot of good stuff.
Who did he? Who was Trump saying that told him not to release him? Was it Mike Pompeo?
Pompeo.
Okay. Well, screw that guy. Oh, President, it's going to be chaos. You don't want to do this. Come on. Every American wants to see it. I don't know one person who wouldn't be curious about that.
Yeah, but they're saying if they released him, it would show that the government killed JFK. See, but I think you could do it because people don't care about anything anymore.
You kind of have to rip down in order to rebuild trust with the American people. Like a lot of Americans, they don't trust our government. You'd be dumb to.
Yeah.
Right. So you kind of almost just got to pull back the curtain all the way and go, guys, we're starting a new era here.
That's what you have. That's what you. If it could act, I can't believe that could ever possibly happen. It's so deep, the corruption.
Yeah.
But that's what needs to happen.
It's almost like when Elon Musk bought Twitter and turned it to X and was like, hey, I'm releasing all these Twitter files. Whatever happened before I owned it was so egregious and messed up that I just want to get it out there, and let's get it all out there so we can rebuild public trust. That's almost what the government needs to do with the JFK files. I mean, that's a small example of one thing that the government should do. But I think in the end it would help. Or I'm just selfish. I don't want to see the JFK files.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I think it has to be torn down, because there comes a time where it just doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's like what we're doing now in politics does not work at all. This is just a juvenile, 7th grade, back and forth trash fest. You suck, you suck worse. Oh, and I got fake pictures of you, and you got fake pictures of me, and the media says this guy sucks, and he's gonna. I mean, it's preposterous. It's almost unbelievable what we've become in our political races. And Kamala Harris has raised $500 million in like a week. So over the course of how much is she going to spend? $1 billion, and Trump's going to spend $1 billion, and we're spending $2 billion on elections. It's a farce. Our country is a farce, and we need to start over.
Yeah, and the only way to start over is kind of just let it all out. Let's and honestly, shouldn't the American people like seriously? Shouldn't they know? Like, shouldn't it? Why wouldn't?
Why wouldn't they know? Because the government did it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason not to get. There's like, it could compromise. How 60? When was that? 63.
I don't even remember.
What's that? 70,
before my time.
70 years ago, right?
Yeah. I mean,
60 years ago.
Was it 69? No.
63, I think. So 61 years ago.
Yeah, you got come on.
Anybody that actually is alive is 90.
Maybe there's a plot twist in there we haven't thought of. Maybe watch it be something ridiculous, like they released the files and it's like, oh, it was a crossbow. Like somebody, it's a blow dart.
There's the real picture. Have you seen the Zapruder film where if you look at it, you can see the driver take out a gun and just cap JFK right in the head?
You mentioned that to me, but I haven't seen that one. But also, what's real, what's not.
And the government probably had better video editing capabilities than Hollywood.
Sure. Yeah.
So who knows? And they
also got to get this Trump attempt.
They ain't gonna tell you
the Trump attempt about the Matthew Crooks guy and why federal agents were over at his house and cell phones were pinging from location to location. They were back and forth from his, like, all this stuff, and it's like,
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Is that new? Is that new?
It's a few weeks old, but yeah, there was apparently government officials, whether it's CIA or one of these 3-letter agencies, that had been like visiting with him or something. Again, before, which I mean, isn't that the weirdest thing? If that's the case,
there's a camp of people who think that a lot of these mass shootings are the government, and they
like Manchurian Candidate.
And every second of every day, there's 100 government agents talking to 100 unstable people and trying to get them to do shit. And then as soon as they think they're going to do it, they get in there. They've got the capabilities to get in there and scrub everything away.
Yeah.
And there's some people who think that. Some people think that.
Some people do. I happen to be one of those people.
Well, I don't. I think that's crazy
Oh,
talk.
yeah, that is crazy talk. Yeah, never
Crazy
mind. I am
talk.
not. Yeah, that's
Would
kooky.
never believe that.
No, our government would never do
Never do
anything.
that.
They would never set anybody up. They would never frame anybody. They would never do pointless investigations to try to get people on something that they didn't do, would they?
Never.
Never.
They're public servants, man.
Yes.
It's here to serve you.
I was listening to something, and they were saying, oh gosh, I'm gonna mess it up. But basically, you know, when you're trying to like mess up an economy and like a downfall of like you can't have the country be the biggest employer, right?
Yeah.
You can't have the country putting out more than it's taking in. And basically that's what's happening. It's like not only do you have all the employees of the government, right? All the different local, state, federal agencies.
It's massive.
Massive. But then you have to also account for folks that are on any sort of government subsidies, which some need them, some don't, but that's
massive as well.
So now you've got the government carrying a larger burden as far as like monetarily and fiscally speaking, as opposed to the regular citizens. So if that tips too far in that direction, that's it. It's game over. You almost like can't outprint your way out of that one.
It's kind of that's why I almost feel they've broken the printing press. They've broken the piggy bank.
Yeah.
$35 trillion. The infrastructure, crumbling. The $1 trillion bill that they passed, the Inflation Reduction Act, I'm sure hardly any of it went in infrastructure. It's all been stolen and wasted, and the shit's going down in 2 months because it doesn't matter who wins. Nobody's going to believe it.
Yeah.
No. Can you imagine the left if Trump wins? They've been brainwashed that he's Hitler.
But isn't that weird though? Like if Trump wins, what are they going to say? The election was rigged?
Exactly, election's rigged.
So isn't that the ultimate hypocrisy? Because
yes, it is.
That's what I'm going to find
but
funny
it doesn't matter
about the whole thing.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But that's what I'm going to find so funny about the whole thing is they're going to call the election rigged, and the right's going to go, oh, so now you're saying the election's rigged? Like. And we're just teeter-tottering back and forth.
That's what half the people are going to be saying. They're going to be saying, well, you said it was crazy to be rigged, but no,
It goes back to the COVID vaccine.
Matter.
It's like, oh, we're going to force it on you're irresponsible if you don't get it. But also, we have a right to choose to do with our own body. It's like, how about that hypocrisy?
They switched that up in about a year.
Oh, it was weird.
It was like, you have to take the vaccine. You have to. And then my body, my choice.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Does it matter? Nobody cares about the hypocrisy. Nobody cares about the hypocrisy.
Nobody cares. But like, to me, in my mind, I'm watching. I'm like, this is the most blatant case of hypocrisy. It's so like in your face. Like, how do you not see that?
I feel that way exactly. What I don't understand the times we're living in, the political times, is when you see Joe Biden just a week ago, I believe, and he's making his angry old man speech, and he's talking about the fine people hoax. And Trump, he said that there were fine people who were Nazis. And I've seen the video. You've probably seen the video. He actually comes out and condemns neo-Nazis and why he's like, those people are bad people. Nobody should. So it's one
cherry picked.
As long as I can remember, I don't remember politicians in the midst of a presidential campaign saying outright lies where the video is right there, and then it's disproven even by PolitiFact, which is they never tell the truth, but they finally told the truth about it, and it doesn't mean a hill of beans. They can just keep saying it. That never happened before. There was lies. There's always been lies, but not lies like that. Flagrant, ultimate hypocrisy, all this stuff going on that didn't used to go on, and the media just kind of covers for it.
Well, and also when the RNC happened and the DNC, both are guilty of this. Like, and the news organizations were basically saying like, hey, this is a chance for all these speakers to get their little one-liners out that they can take and clip and put on social media and use as their sort of their little talking point, right? So they can do their reels, right? Of that one little 8-second clip of J.D. Vance saying something that's going to get repeated over and over, all the taglines.
I can't stand it.
And I saw it happen in both the RNC and the DNC, where the person would mess up the line and they would kind of go, got to start over. Like you could see you could see him go, that was the 8-second one that I was supposed to get out there to the public.
The slogan.
Yeah, that's the
catchphrase.
That's the catchphrase. And I messed it up. So they kind of pause. They would pause and then they would do it again.
Just repeat it. Yeah.
And it was clear as day of going, oh, you silly bastards. Like, grimy. Just, it didn't even look right.
It's all about the photo op.
Yeah.
So, yes, while we're talking politics.
We're not talking politics. We're just hanging.
The state. This is what we're just hanging. What would we be talking about normally? But there's nothing, we haven't discussed anything we're supposed to talk about.
Like voting for us for the best podcast
exactly,
in the day.
Exactly.
What is it? Vote. I can't remember.
Vote.cltampa.com. Vote.cltampa.com/entertainment.
Only a couple days left.
There's only a couple days left to vote for the Hang Best Podcast and Best Morning TV Show, Cluster F Show.
Right.
I want to sweep that shit. Have you ever seen the Michael Moore where he's talking about Trump in the positive way? And Trump made a commercial about it. See, I don't know the original context.
Okay.
But because he definitely doesn't support Trump. But after you hear this, you're like, he's explained perfectly why anybody votes for Trump.
Okay.
In a very rational, almost irrefutable way. So I don't know how he originally said it.
How recent is this?
This is like from the 2016 campaign.
Okay, so not terribly distant.
No.
Okay.
It's about I don't know, about 8 years old. But he was again. I don't think he's ever been for Trump. He's a super leftist guy. So
the last thing I remember from Michael Moore was he did that movie about the guns. What was it? Bowling for Columbine.
Bowling for Columbine, yes.
And if I remember correctly, sorry, I'm not trying to.
No, it was a good movie. I saw it.
But there was a part in there where he went to Canada or something, and he was like, "And Canadians are safe. They feel completely safe. A lot of them don't even lock their doors." And then he just walked in somebody's house and was like, "See, they don't lock their doors." And I'm going, just because they forgot to lock their doesn't mean you should walk inside. Like, that doesn't mean they're like, maybe they just forgot to lock their door. It doesn't mean that they feel safe. I don't know. The whole thing
he didn't get shot.
Yeah,
because he talks in the thing that Canada is the only other country that has as many guns as the United States. They just don't kill each other like we do.
Yeah, but he felt okay. He was just walking in people's houses with a camera crew. Like, hey,
Michael Moore,
looks like you left your door unlocked. Sorry.
Hey there's a moose in the house. So here's Michael Moore. They've cut it up and used it as a Trump ad.
Because I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted to sort of, after talking to a number of them, I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see.
So it's like, and so this is the truth.
Yeah,
it really happened, and the thing, and he just goes on and on about why people are voting for Trump, and it's everything he says seems to make perfect sense.
I like the funny part so far is he goes, they're actually decent people.
Well,
do you expect them all to be animals? Like, believe it or not, they're actually.
Well, if you put two and two together, if you vote for Trump, you're deplorable. Starting in 2016.
Oh, I forgot about the deplorables.
So you're deplorable. And how on the news they act. If he's a threat to democracy, then voting for him makes you what? Makes you terrible person. Because if you vote for Trump, he's never leaving, right? That he's dictator from day one. That's what CNN's going to tell you, and that's why. Like they've demonized Trump, so they've also demonized demonized half of the voting populace by saying that he's going to end democracy. So if I vote for him, I'm a piece of shit who's trying to end democracy. That's what they're saying.
But your vote should be kept to yourself anyway. So, like, I don't know if you tell. Like, maybe we just need to go back to that thing. Like, don't tell anybody who you vote for.
But it's still they're calling you that.
I know, but it's like, you don't know who I voted for.
I know, but it's like the whole.
Don't call me a piece of shit. You don't know who I voted for.
I think it's bad when politicians are calling half the country a piece of shit. That never happened. Nobody ever said if you vote for Nixon, you're a cocksucker. Nobody ever said that.
What was the first election that got real grimy? Would you date it back to? I mean, would it be Reagan?
I don't even.
Like Reagan wasn't grimy. But there was a little smack talk in that one, right?
Which one? When he beat, I can't even think of his name.
When he said, didn't he break out a line of, "I knew such and such, and you're no such and such." Wasn't there something like that? I think that feels like it was grimy. Clinton,
that's just trash talk.
Yeah,
it's
it was
not really accusing anybody of being.
So grimy
Hitler or
was it grimy in the Clinton? Did it get nasty? Who did Clinton? Oh gosh.
I mean, with Clinton, you had the whole white water, and you almost had like a Trump, according to the people who support him, as a right-wing conspiracy to get rid of Bill Clinton, and they threw the white water at him, and this at him, and that at him. They kept trying to get the Chinese missiles. So it was pretty grimy back then.
It was grimy, but maybe that's because he was doing stuff
maybe
wrong.
Maybe it was all true. You see, I have no idea what to believe anymore. I don't. And then he went and started the Clinton Foundation, and I think he's worth he's a billionaire now. He's a billionaire. We Epstein's Island.
Yeah, that was pretty grimy. Obama. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you'd think. I think. Okay, you had Obama.
It's definitely gotten grimy.
Who was I don't even know who ran against Obama.
Oh God,
who ran after Bush? Because Bush got 2.
Was it? Who was the slick looking dude?
It was McCain, wasn't it?
There was McCain, but who was the
Romney?
Romney's who I'm thinking of, but did he actually make it to the big show?
No, it was Palin. So it was McCain-Palin. It was McCain-Palin.
I mean, looking back on it, I don't know. That might not have been the best ticket.
No, wait. That was okay. That was after Bush. Yeah, McCain-Palin against.
Boy, nobody
Obama.
remembers the losers. Like,
no. And it's almost like they intentionally wanted to lose. Like, we got our 8 years. Now we're going to give them the 8 years, because you pick this old cranky, warmongering piece of shit, John McCain. He was always just like, yeah.
It's real crotchety.
Why? And you'll hear these people say, it was his turn, and then it was Biden's turn. And it's like, well, it's not Kamala's turn. She does not pay. She hasn't paid her dues.
She slid right in there.
They put in whoever they want, and they put in McCain because they wanted to lose. Obviously, he's a terrible candidate.
He was a war hero. Didn't Trump say like?
Oh, he said he wasn't a hero because he got caught.
Because he got caught. It's like, whoa. Like when he said that, it was like, damn, dude, maybe that's when it got grimy within his own party.
Yeah.
That might have been where it got grimy.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, I don't have a high opinion of John McCain, so when he said it, I'm like, yeah, fuck that guy. John McCain never met a war he didn't like. You got pictures of John McCain with like 10 years before ISIS was formed. He's in a room with all the ISIS guys going, we're going to start ISIS in 10 years. Yeah, piece of shit.
He would eat an old guy eating a TV dinner, and then somebody would be like, sir, there's war. And he'd be like, war? Where we got war? We got war?
Oh, it's better than Viagra for John McCain. And he's always my wife's a cunt. Shut that cunt up. He's an asshole. He's a real unlikable, totally unlikable asshole.
He passed away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
But
put
was it brain cancer, right? Was it a brain?
I don't know. Might have been
something.
His brain was eaten up with cancer because he was so angry.
All those secrets in there. It's got to take a toll on you, right? I mean,
they live long. They live long time. They got all the secrets. They got the adrenochrome. Is what it is. The adrenochrome. Second on the babies.
you think Mitch McConnell's just full of secrets and adrenochrome?
I think Mitch McConnell has been locked out of the adrenochrome vault because he's not doing so hot.
They're like, don't waste it on that guy.
See that we're not a real country. When you've got, I mean, there's at least 2 examples of Mitch McConnell locking up 81-year-old style and just going, and they're going, Mitch, and he's like, and he does it for like 30 seconds, and he's still there, and immediately the press didn't say he must resign. No, keep going, Mitch.
That and they felt sorry for him. Like if Trump locked up like that, they would have.
Oh, they'd eviscerate him.
Oh my God, it would have been bad.
He's done. He'd be done.
If Mitch locks up, they were all like, and it appears as though he had a moment.
They don't
We wish him the best.
and they barely could. Then they never talk about it again.
No.
You only see it on the internets. We watched that video probably 10 times.
So good.
Everybody just got to come and lead them away.
It's not as good. Again, if we go back to political videos, it's not as good as Bush landing the plane on the aircraft carrier. That's strong. It's not as good as Bush, talking about the watch this drive, and furthermore, it's not as good as Bush dodging the shoe in the press conference when he got the shoe thrown at him, and Secret Service steps up. Bush is like, I got this. Dodging those size 11s.
You see, I would rather George Bush. He was a piece of shit. Got us, he sent Americans to die in wars that were just
not a fan at this
just
point.
for money. But while he was in there, everything you said, you were kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but I was also 12, so I was like, that's kind of cool because I'm 12. And when Operation Desert Shield and Desert Storm started and all that, dude, Toys R Us had guns that were camouflage guns, and they had little stickers on the side. Operation Desert Shield. I was like, I need one of those. And you could press the trigger, you could pull the trigger, and the thing would automatically go. It was a great toy gun as a kid, and that's what I thought. I don't want to say that's what I thought war was, right? But when you're 12 and you got this, war going on, you're going, yeah, America, yeah, I want that.
America, fuck yeah.
And that Toys R Us gun, and you had Operation Desert Storm outfits you could buy as a kid and all this stuff. And now I'm looking back going, oh man, even the toy companies profited off of the war. Even the toy company, even Hasbro was like, man, get those guns going. Let's make some money off this Operation Desert Storm.
Desert Storm.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. I can remember when talking about the Iraq War on the old show back in the day at Gandhi.
Yep.
And boy, they motherfucked me. I never brought it up again. It's like, I think this whole weapons of mass destruction shit is a big boondoggle. You're a communist. All the listeners
that was
hated,
not. It was
they
not the
hated
time
me.
and the place.
There's always a time and the place to stand up for what you believe in, Matthew.
On that particular, at that moment, civil discourse was non-existent.
No, it was USA.
It was it. You couldn't have a differing opinion. When what was it? The Dixie Chicks, when they got canceled.
Yeah.
And looking back on it, you go, well, why did they do that to them? That wasn't. They didn't do anything wrong, but
voice their opinion. That's
there was no room for discourse.
Yep.
It just was not the thing to do.
I think talking on the megaphone at 9/11 George W. Bush landing the plane on the aircraft carrier. I think the hardest of them all was that drive. Because once you've said it, now watch this drive. You imagine if he just chunked it.
Dude,
He ripped it. He ripped it.
it was a good drive. Yeah, I'm like, that's the thing is, or the first pitch when he threw out the first pitch.
He nailed it.
After the terrorist attacks, and he's out there, and you to this day, no matter what your opinion is on 9/11 or wars or any of the stuff, you watch that video, you'd be hard pressed not to get goosebumps, just because of the American
Exactly. Even though
spirit that was going on at that time.
even though the reality of it is the antithesis of the American spirit,
Yeah,
but the optics are pretty fucking cool.
the optics. They did a great job of the optics.
He was the best president they could have asked for. All the look, the pitch, the drive, the aircraft carrier, the dodging the shoe, the megaphone.
The look on his face when they told him, "Sir, another plane has hit the tower," and he's, "Uh-oh."
And he sat there for it was 3 minutes.
It was pretty.
That he kind of flubbed that one.
Yeah, except for that one. Yeah, maybe
He
look on the back.
Should have got right up and said, let take me to the White House. Let's go. Let's go. Let's roll.
He should have just ended everything with that. Watch this drive. And just kept a golf club on him at all times.
Tee it up right there in the classroom. Look out, kids. Watch this drive. Oh, we're going long. We're going long, Matthew.
All right, we're gonna get to chat. Let's do chat next or something.
Let's see.
Or not, I don't know.
We're in this vicious circle, Matt, where the chat they're mad at us.
They hate us.
They hate us.
We've been rejected by
And then
chat.
we're like, okay, we're gonna talk to the chat, and they're like, fuck you. We ain't talking to you at all. I don't know how you get out of this vicious. It's like American politics. I don't know how we get out of this.
I look at it more of
I don't know how we get out of it.
like an Ike and Tina Turner relationship. Like, baby, I promise
We'll never do it again.
I'll never do it again.
I swear we're not going to go get a drink and then ignore you when we come back.
Baby,
I promise we're not going to do
promise
it.
We're gonna chat with you. We'll talk right when we get back, baby. We're just gonna take a small break. We're just gonna get a drink.
Yeah, I got to give you
Take
a
a
nice
pee-pee.
chat. Nice chat. Give you a nice chat.
Promise. Ask us questions. We'll do an AMA.
AJ the Linger says we hate your stinking guts.
Oh man.
Big Kahuna says here it comes. I think he's referring to the ignore. We're going to ignore it.
I promise, baby. We'll chat with you.
Big Kahuna says thought you guys were going to forget about us.
No, baby. I promise. It's be like a 976 line when we get back. We just gonna chat.
I promise. I guarantee.
Ask us anything.
Yeah,
Ask us.
ask us anything. Whatever. All right. Let me get some.
Oh yeah, baby. Vote for us too.
Oh, yeah.
As long as
Take. That's all we do.
We promise to chat, but in return, we just need just a vote.
Just take. No, speaking of Trump, it's the Wicked Bad Orange Man. We'll be right back with more of The Hang. The one and only Glenn Campbell. There's only one to lead this country. Only one man who's bold. One man who sells sneakers dipped in gold. They tried to stop him with gunfire, but he's still doing fine. And the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. They thought they could assassinate him, but they just missed his brain. Now they can't stop him. Trump has got a real big swamp to drain. Precious Donald, we all watch you, staring at the sun so bright. And the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. funny. Bring it down, Glenn. Bring it down, Glenn. Woo! Get the hankies out. Get the hankies out. I know Jesus will protect you, and we'll have MAGA for all time. And the wicked bad orange man is still gonna fight. It's okay. You can use your hankies. We know. Oh, it's allergy season. Right, Ned's Navy. It's allergy season. You what? Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you forgot your Claritin. Yeah, I get it. Me too. I forgot my Claritin too. Ned's Navy.
Hey, this is Trace, and this is my new song, Country on a Budget. Yeehaw! Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras, big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not the mall. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Y'all know me, you know I'm country on a budget. They always say I'm broke, yeah, that shit gets redundant. Got no cash, but I've been there and I done it. Grab the keys, we bout to go mudding. Ride around, sipping Crown, roll a blunt, we'll burn it down. Tearing up this little town, stealing from the lost and found. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras. Big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not the mall. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Yeah, call it country on a budget. Drove my 4x4 till my wheels fell off. Then I had a big fart and she caught a off. Now I got no girl and I got no truck. All I got's my horse, hope I don't get bucked up. Riding around, trying to find some cash so I can get another fucking truck to crash. That's what I love and that's what I do. Got some money for gas, then you can come too. Got the truck so stuck that we couldn't budget. Now that's what I call country on a budget. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras. Big boat, motor stalls in the woods, not the mall. Flat tires, broke cars, bad chicks, no bras. Big
Call it
boat,
them
motor
girls,
stalls
we gon'
in the
get
woods,
it
not the
lit.
mall.
Every time we smoke a blunt, we getting lit. Yeah. Like in the background, you know how those songs go, like in the background? Here, play that real quick.
You're listening to The Hang with Mike Manson Waters and Matt Spice Lloyd. They are perhaps the best podcast in the history of podcasting, so we encourage you to vote for them on the Creative Loafing Best of the Bay under the Entertainment section. Just head to vote.cltampa.com to cast your vote. Click on The Hang with Mike and Matt and ensure they get their place in history.
Vote.cltampa.com. No. Slash entertainment. Oh, God. Welcome to The Hang. Welcome back to The Hang. Matt, you know what I like better than hanging?
What?
Chatting.
Chatting. That sounds like a great
Maybe we should
idea.
change the name of the show to The Chat.
The Chat.
The Chat.
We just, see what they have to say.
Yeah, see what these jokers have to say.
What these assholes have going on.
Town and Country says, was that BC powder? I don't know what you're talking about. I only take BC 3 times a week now because I don't want to bleed out.
What?
It thins your blood. I was on the table, not on the table. I was in the prep area for my hernia operation, and they said, "You been taking any aspirin today?" I said, "Yeah, I had a BC powder." And they went, "All right, you got to go home." You
Oh, it
say-
does thin you out, right?
Yeah, they said we can't do it. It's just too much. You bleed too much blood in the surgery. Then you afterwards you bleed more. I was like, no, and I had to come back 2 weeks later when it was out of my system.
Dude,
sucked.
what a way to get out of a surgery.
I know. So only 3 times a week. Still, I don't care.
That's
I like
such,
taking BC powder. It works really good.
it feels like such an old school thing to say. Like, I haven't heard BC powder in like 20 years. Like, I know it's there.
Yeah.
I know it exists, but
I bet youngsters don't even know what it is.
yeah.
I bet they don't.
I bet you that it's like what was the stuff for like athletes' foot? Tough actin, tenactin. Like you
Do
used
they
to
have
see
that
that
shit anymore?
everywhere. Now I don't.
Bactine. They used to have commercials for that stuff.
I bet we'll get hit with commercials now for it. Now that we're talking about it, my phone's all of a sudden I'm going to get Facebook ads for it and everything else.
Yeah, well, shit.
Tough actin,
Thanks a
tenactin.
lot. What's the Jockitch one? Maybe we get some Jockitch.
Bro, I got hit with toilet ads. I was like, I got spun out in because we're doing some renovation stuff or whatever, and I was like, man, we should get a smart toilet. But I was like half kidding around. Next thing you know, I'm getting hit with ads for smart toilets, and I was like, I don't even know what a smart toilet is, but I'll click on it. I'll bite. So now
What
I'm
is
in
a
this
smart toilet?
I
For God's sake.
dude, it is the most hilarious thing. How much do you think a smart toilet is? Okay, one,
Smart
it's
toilet, I
kind of
mean-
like a bidet. Is that what they call it? A bidet. It's got a
Yes,
bidet function on
bidet,
it.
and
It has sort of a light in there to help sanitize the bacteria in the bowl, right? So it's got whatever. What do you think? A Kohler smart toilet or whatever?
$1,200.
I believe it was $12,000. I know.
Yeah. See, eventually
Like,
we're
that's
gonna,
where you're an asshole. If you have a smart toilet,
For your
like I was
asshole.
kidding around about getting a smart. I wouldn't actually
$12,000.
get a smart toilet. I don't. There's not even a toilet that's smart. It doesn't even make sense.
$12,000. That's That's you're just trying to impress people with your toilet now. You're trying to impress people with your toilet.
I did go into somebody's house a couple years ago, which was kind of cool.
They have a smart toilet.
I mean, to me, it seemed smart. It was you put the hand, and the toilet seat would go up or down if you wave your hand in front of it. That, looking back on, it's kind of cool because nobody really wants to touch toilet seats and lift them up and put them down. That was cool. I mean, it's not worth
Not worth whatever.
whatever it
I'm
costs.
sure that's not cheap. It's not $50 to go. To use the force to open your toilet lid. I don't think that's.
Keep some latex gloves in your pocket and do it that way.
I don't really worry too much about my own toilet, touching it. But maybe out in public.
Public toilets
I'm not
sure.
too keen on that, but my own.
And
I'm going
everybody,
to wash my hands afterwards.
everybody's doing the same thing in a public toilet. They're taking their foot and they're trying to like maneuver their shoe
as
to
much as possible. Flush,
put it up,
lift the
and put
lid,
it down.
flush. You do everything with the foot. I hold my penis with my foot.
Congratulations. Oh, chat. Yes, what about chat?
Sketchy Press. Yeah, see, we're doing it again. Sketchy Press, 500 bits. I think Sketchy Press. I can't remember if it was him, but may have messaged me like he wanted to interview us, and I was like, I don't know if we want to get into that whole deal because I know what he's looking to do.
The Sketchy Press did reach out to me as well.
Probably wants to
actually.
just trash the whole show. It's like I'm just trying to lay low and do my own thing. I don't know how much I'm looking to get back into that bash fest.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know what I guess I'd put it this way. I appreciate Sketchy Press's previous works. The man's an artist.
I didn't. Yeah, he kept me really up to date on the Brent Hatley situation.
Oh my God,
I was
Dude.
enjoying some of that.
that man is an artiste. But yeah, I don't know what exactly he's up to something. Sketchy's up to something.
He's up to. He acts like he's up to something.
I can't even I wish I had the time to document my story or be able to tell it. I don't know what Sketchy Press does for a living, but that dude's he's got everything laid out. He had audio drops on some of this stuff. Like
Oh yeah.
he came prepared, like the best show prep you could ever imagine. Like if Sketchy Press was an executive producer of a show, you'd be like, wow, thank you so much. You didn't have to pull all this audio. He'd be like, but I did.
He's like he's got it out for those ex-Stern guys.
Oh, he does?
Like the Shuley guys, like they're still, they're trying to make money with like a whole network of shows and Bob Levy and all this. And their main focus, like 90% of their focus, is on Stuttering John and hating Stuttering John. And I guess Stuttering Don, he'll do a podcast that nobody watches because he's really, boy, he's fat and he really lost it. And I don't even understand it. They have like events where people show up and all they do is talk about Stuttering John. And it's like a bunch of has-beens talking about a has-been and how he's not even, there's nothing interesting about Stuttering John. He's just an old washed up radio guy. And I don't even understand. I can't even fathom it.
Okay. So my whole take on that is I'm agreement with you as far as I don't understand it. And I got hit with stuff on like my X feed in the past and whatever about something called like the Dabbleverse.
Yeah.
But it was so, I was like, what is, I think I clicked on it to try to like read into it a little bit. But I was like, I can't even follow what's happening. I don't know who's got heat with who or why they're bashing who. I literally don't know. And I was like,
I can't really
all
figure
right, I'm
it
out
out
on that.
I can't figure it out. It's not worth it.
It went in my brain and out my brain in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, everybody's fighting. I guess.
And no hate on anybody. I don't have any.
I guess there's a market for that. I think if we just did a show trashing our old boss, I think
that could be fun.
But I'm like, I'm not really.
Nah.
I know it'd be a lot of fun. And we could do it. We got material
incessantly.
All you got to do is review his stuff.
Could you imagine having Sketchy Press as our executive producer?
Sketchy, give me some of the worst BTLS clips you can find. And it's not hard though. You find them easy. You don't have to search out clips. You just play whatever clip it is and just see how bad it is now.
Count the lies, yeah.
The lies, but just the fact that he was up here and now he's down here and he's desperately trying to get every person involved in his show an award from Creative Loafing. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's like it's a rib for us. It's a rib.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Do I want to win the best podcast of the Bay Award?
Sure.
Yeah, I do. Would it be funnier if we didn't? Yeah, kinda. But would it be pretty funny if we did? Yeah, like I'm in a weird headspace on it. Like, see, the whole thing's hilarious to me. I know it's a dumb, pointless Bay Area award. Like, we get it. I know.
But it'd still be cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool. And I would go into it going, well, we're not going to win because tons of people are more motivated to win shit than we are. It just
posting about it and doing all kinds of stuff.
Getting everybody and your brother to vote against somebody and for I ain't got no time for that. Hey, vote for us,
bro.
It'd be cool if we won.
I told my mom about it. Like 2 weeks later, she's like, "Hey, that thing you sent me, I haven't clicked on it yet because I didn't know if it was spam." And I'm going,
it's hopeless.
You lost 2 weeks of votes, Mom. Thanks. So I doubt we're going to win.
That could have put us over the edge.
My mom's votes could have really,
Damn
could have nudged us over.
Damn it.
What else is going on in chat?
I'm trying to look.
I put my glasses on to try to see the chat right now, but I can't. I'm still a little.
You can pull it up on your phone, buddy. Put it up on your phone.
Oh, yeah. Well, that seems like a whole to-do.
Shush!
I guess I could pull it up on my phone. I got to take the glasses off. Dude, I don't know.
Hey, at least they glanced at chat. We it's a very tangential show.
What does that mean? A great word.
We could just go on tangents.
Oh,
like
tangents. Okay, that makes all right.
Donna Country says, Donna. I don't know what that means, but happy birthday to Donna. Today is Donna's birthday.
And you're here doing this? What are you doing?
It's really snuck up on me. Her
What
birthday
are you
snuck up on me.
Hold on. Today
is her birthday.
And she's not here, and you're here with me on your wife's birthday.
Hang is a vital cog in the wheel of
Entertainment.
entertainment on Cluster F Show.
Are you trying to not get
Look,
laid? What's the...
I'll tell you what I did for my wife on her birthday. I got up early.
Went to her store, got her some
Which
flowers.
I hate getting. I can't. No flowers. Flowers are out. She doesn't like jewelry. Jewelry's out. There's nothing. She's. It's hard to crack. What was I saying? So I got up early, and I dusted the entire entertainment center, which has not been dusted for a long ass time.
And you did this for her.
And when you've got 8 animals living in the house, it's bad. So I did all that. Then I went to I got in the car. She likes to sleep late on Wednesdays. I got in the car, and I got her a card. And then I went to 7-Eleven, and I got her a Fountain Coke. I got her a Fountain Coke and a card, and I cleaned the entertainment center, and she was very happy with that.
The card.
Yeah.
What did the card? Did you?
I got it out there. If you want me to go get it.
Did you write a note in there? Too?
No, they've.
Love you, babe.
Sometimes you get a card, and it's like, well, this card has said everything.
Yeah, that's what I do. It sums it up.
I was like, what am I gonna? Sometimes I'll add, but sometimes I don't.
So you didn't add today?
No, I just said, happy birthday, love, Mike.
So you dusted. You got her a soda.
So she loves it. She loves a Fountain Coke from 7-Eleven.
And a card.
And a card. That's it.
That's it.
I mean, I'd take her out to dinner, but we're probably going to go out with the kids or something for her birthday.
Where are you guys going to go? What are you thinking?
Oh, we usually go to Carrabba's.
Oh, okay.
Just a standard. It's always good. It's always fine. You don't have to worry about
packing the most carbs and calories that you can.
Packing the card. It's a solid choice.
I always hate leaving there and you look at the calories in the meal and you go, oh my God, I just ate that.
I don't even look at it. Everything in moderation.
So
what do you get when you go to Carrabba's?
Oh God, it's been forever, dude. I couldn't even tell you. When I say I go there, I mean I went there when I used to go outside.
Chicken marsala. Tasty.
Well, happy birthday to her.
Dion's bathtub says happy birthday.
What's she
Donna.
doing? Where is she now?
I think she might have come back. You out there, babe? No. I think she was just visiting her mom. See, I can't.
You guys have the best relationship. That's so cool. The fact that on her birthday, all you have to do is get her a fountain drink, dust, and a card. That's tremendous.
I don't think I could have got away with that 20 years ago. But
what would it look like 20 years ago? What was the protocol then?
I'd have to get her something.
A big to-do?
Not that much more of a to-do, but I'd have to get her something, and that's nothing to get after 43 years. There ain't nothing to get. There ain't nothing to get. See, she'll get stuff for me because she'll give me socks, she'll give me a shirt, she'll give me some shorts, she'll give me some shoes. She don't want no clothes I pick out. I guarantee.
Everything I pick out always gets returned.
She doesn't like if I get her shoes, she don't like the shoes.
Yep.
I got her watch this for Christmas. She didn't wear the watch. I got her a shirt. She didn't like the shirt, and that's fine because see, I'm not particular.
Now I do Amazon gift cards exclusively.
That's the worst.
It's the best because they know what they want.
It's so
generic.
I
know.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, man.
I dust shells. But I got up early, which I hate, and I just very quietly dusted the shells while she was asleep in there, and I knew that's something that she wanted me to do.
Now, when she woke up,
would have liked me to do.
Arose from bed and walks out. Was it like Christmas? Did she blink her eyes and go, "Is it true? Is there no dust on the entertainment center?"
No, she comes out there. We're in the kitchen, and I get the Coke out of the fridge.
Oh,
and she's like, "Ooh," because she loves a Fountain Coke. And then I go get the card off the table in the foyer, and I say, and here's the card. And she's almost like tears up a little with the heartfelt card.
Okay.
And then I say, I also dusted the entertainment center.
May I present to you the entertainment center?
I said, don't have a lot of cash on hand right now. So I dusted the entertainment center for you.
Here's a 5 spot.
And she said, oh my God, that's awesome. She's like, that's something I really would have wanted you to do for me. So.
And now she's at her boyfriend's house.
And now she's blowing
while we're hanging.
her boyfriend. And and I got a limp penis.
Well, you can't have it all.
Cialis, Viagra. I'm looking for some ads so I can get some stuff. Cialis, Viagra. Just keep saying it. It'll pop up. Just start popping up.
Oh, Row.
Free Viagra.
What is it? Row. Get Row.
Row? What's Row?
It's it's the generic version.
Well, I'm not actually looking for
Oh,
it. I
you're
was just
not?
ribbing,
Oh.
like saying how it pops up.
Oh,
you know.
well, you'll get hit with it now.
I'm curious to see if I get hit with Cialis, Viagra.
You'll get hit with Row.
Row. R-O-E?
GetRow.com or GetRoman.com,
Straight from
whatever
China?
it is.
Is it straight from China?
Maybe. I don't know.
Straight from Mexico. It's got a little bit of fentanyl. Just a little
It's so-
fentanyl. That's so
Gets
you
you-
last
gets you
longer.
hard and crazy.
You last longer. You can go for hours.
Well, it's that active ingredient. The active ingredient is it like sildenafil or
Yeah, that's
whatever.
that's Viagra.
Right. So they've got now the generics, but now I go back to like when Viagra first came out, and like why they were pressing so hard to get people hooked on that brand, or because like you got like 12 years until you know it can go generic, and you just have to just rape and pillage every male possible in the world to get your product before somebody else is able to go, I got it for $3 as opposed to $50 a pill, you know? And
here's a fun fact.
yeah, sure.
And the United States military used to give Viagra to the warlords so they could have sex with underage boys in return for their information and help.
Fun fact or fun assumption?
No, I'm pretty sure that the sources I got that from that's what they used to do.
So let me back that up. The U.S. government,
The Army, U.S. Army,
used to, and how would they slip these pills to the warlords? Would they legit give them to them?
Here.
Take these. I'm your opposition. I'm an American troop.
No, like the
how does it go down?
The warlords were not the Taliban.
Okay.
They were guys that ran certain, provinces in Afghanistan. It's a freaking backward-ass third world country. The government really, doesn't run anything in.
So we come in there, we give them pills,
Give them
Viagra, and then they take the Viagra, and instead of banging women,
It's a thing. Now this is 100% true. I've read multiple articles having nothing to do with the war. It's just the culture over there is they screw little boys and it's fine. It's a different culture.
It's okay?
It's a different culture. No, it's 100% okay over there.
Where's over there? Are you talking
Afghanistan.
Like Afghanistan? Okay.
Afghanistan. So they're backwards. And it's okay to... And the little, like, they would have it, like, it'd be an Air Force base. And they would have some of the Iraqi, the army that, we were working with the Iraqi army. And they'd be in a barracks. And they just eventually had to give up trying to keep the little boys from coming. Because they pay the little boys. Or they give them the little boys keep coming to get sex with the...
Oh, God.
It's a real backward fucking civilization over there.
It is, because don't they treat the women can't...
Can't show your face.
Yeah, you can't show your face, but the dudes can just do that to little boys?
Yeah, well... that's what religion's generally been all about, is keeping women down.
Are women still... well, not going to get on that tangent. I will say on our YouTube video this past week that you posted up, somebody did put something up there today, a comment about, I guess last week we may have touched on anti-Semitism, perhaps maybe in one of our tangents.
Perhaps.
And they were talking about like how they still see, Nazi groups and stuff like that, like happens all the time. Like, I think our position, I was like, we don't really see the anti-Semitism, at least in our daily lives.
Yeah.
And this comment was basically saying, hey, I do. It still happens. Like, he wasn't being a dick about it.
Where are you seeing it, though? Where's this guy seeing it?
I was going to ask him, like basically like be like, hey, not being a dick here, but like, where do you live? Like, I'd be curious of where that is, right? Because here, we don't see it.
I've never seen it here.
Not to say it doesn't happen, but it is interesting to have that comment posted on there of somebody going, hey, man, just so you know, I do see it. I'm not discounting it, but it does make me think that it is a big country. There's probably pockets of places that you go that you forget about and you go, oh, it probably does happen there.
But it's always going to happen. And no matter how good, you've got a country of 350 million people. There's going to be nut jobs. There was a guy back in Tampa who was on they used to have public access cable. And anybody could have a show.
I remember that.
And there's a guy, and he had the Nazi insignia he wore it on his sleeve, and he preached Jewish hatred on public access, but it was allowed because of free speech. And all he got was crank calls because that shit takes care of itself.
Yes.
You're always going to have nut jobs.
The marketplace will dictate.
You just ignore the nut jobs, unless they become dangerous nut jobs.
Yeah.
I still don't see it. I still don't see it.
We don't, but I also, I don't want to be like too myopic in our viewpoints sometimes where it's like we're just talking for our experience. We're just hanging.
Yeah. We're just hanging.
So it's not to say that it doesn't happen, but it is always good to get somebody who goes, hey, actually, like it kind of gives you a different view. I think you need that sometimes. You got to give a different, different perspective.
I know it's there. It's always going to be there. You're always going to have ignorance breed racism. We have a very shitty education system in this country, so you're going to have ignorant races forever. Here, I find this to be a very interesting.
The chart.
A very interesting chart. They're bringing anti-Semitism back, and by they I mean the media and the government. This is yearly mentions of prejudice in popular U.S. news media outlets. So, 1970, pretty low, maybe got a little bump in the 90s, but pretty much not that much mention of prejudice. Racism, sexism, transphobia, anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, homophobia, not that much. And then, in the mid to late 2010s, it skyrockets. And in 2020, it's off the charts. Now, a society doesn't become racist. It actually gets better. And as you could, we made progress. For our the entire, everything got better. Now there's gay marriages allowed. Now mixed race couples, nobody gives a shit. Back in the day, a lot of people gave a shit about mixed race couples. Now, then nobody can. And then all of a sudden, the media really cares about racism and wants to shove it down your throat, and really cares about homophobia, even after gay marriage was legalized. And there was nobody gives a shit about gays anymore, but now they do because the media brought it back. And these charts prove it. We didn't all of a sudden. Everything we love the gays until 2020, and all of a sudden we hate the gays. That doesn't even make any sense.
I'll tell you, one, we don't know who made this chart. It could be a complete, because you can't trust anything.
I've seen multiple charts.
But I understand the spirit of it.
I've seen multiple charts over the last 5 years about how the media is, and you can see it yourself.
Well,
the media never used to talk about race,
and moreover, you talk about mixed race couples, and not only do I not care, or society doesn't care about it anymore, I think at society at large, right? To this day, there's something kind of cool when I see a mixed race couple. Like, I don't look at it in a negative way at all. Like, to this day, sometimes I'll see a mixed race couple and I go, sweet. Like, there's a beauty of that. Like, okay, Two people are in love, and the color barrier is gone. It doesn't even matter anymore.
It doesn't matter anymore.
And but my generation, I grew up, I guess, kind of a cusper, right? Like, it was still, when I was a kid, it was still frowned upon.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand why. But as I'm gonna, like, I'm seeing kids now, there's no mix. Please, that's not, it's child's play, right? They don't care at all. But for my generation, there's probably some people that still give a crap, but I celebrate it, dude. I love it when I see a mixed race couple. I really do. Like,
I always look at it as a positive. I'm like,
it's a net. It's a total
like
positive. Not even a net. It's a total positive.
The more you have of that, the more that it doesn't matter anymore. And then you can't tell what race somebody is because they're mixed. And then, and then it doesn't matter. But they that's how it was becoming. And they said, nah, it's not going to do. We got to divide people on race, and we got to divide people on sexuality. Oh, we had the gay marriage thing, and everything was hunky dory. Well, let's put the trans issue in there and really muddle up the waters. And
let's sprinkle that one in.
Yeah, let's sprinkle some guys in the pool beating women at swimming. That's pretty cool. Something that I would imagine 80% of America is opposed to. If you go to the comments on almost any social issue, the wokeism doesn't exist. The average guy's going, fuck this shit. The average woman's going, fuck this shit. It's all fake. Can you imagine how many people the NSA has employed tweeting shit to divide people? A shit ton. I guarantee. We're run by bots. The world is run by bots trying to influence you to believe a certain way. It's a crazy time to be alive.
You're preaching, and you're not incorrect.
It sucks. It's that's why I quit. Like, I don't respond to anybody on social media because I'm like, it's just a bot. This stuff I'll be like, oh, what they said just is so insane and stupid. It really pissed me off. It's like,
don't get fired up over it.
Oh, it's insane and stupid to piss me off intentionally.
So you go insane and look stupid. That's all they want. They say insane, stupid shit. So you end up going insane and looking stupid.
Yep. And then you say, oh, I'm gonna reply this very brilliant thing that's gonna shut them down. That doesn't work at all. It's never worked. Nobody in America will ever admit they're wrong again, ever.
No, everybody's right.
Everybody's right.
It's not
chat's mad because
no,
it's very tangential. I can't even say it now. Tangential.
Don't get mad, chat. We've got something for you.
What do we have?
Oh, you know what I do have? If you go to your email, there's a pretty funny, terrible.
Does it have to do with chat?
No. I mean, they can comment on it if they want to. It's just, you ever see those like wrestling conventions, like where people pretend to be wrestlers? They dress up just like any sort of Comic-Con and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And there's one, and it's just two terrible WWE. Like one guy's he's a black guy and he's pretending to be Stone Cold, and then there's just this slob pretending to be The Rock. I figured for sure you had seen this.
No, I haven't seen it. Let's see.
Looks like Dave Chappelle.
Rock, I'm telling you about your BS lines. Talking about
and look at Macho Man in the back. Some guy dressed up like Macho Man, and these guys are just sitting, cutting promos on each other in the middle of some empty convention center where 5 people showed up to get some 5x7 from Tatanka signed.
That's got to be the most annoying convention in the world. Everybody cutting promo. Everybody's cutting fake promos.
And dressed up like their favorite wrestler.
Oh, my God.
The Rock says that. I said, Stone Cold said.
Look at The Rock.
That's where I lost it right there when they panned over to the corny Rock.
The Walmart Rock.
Who, I mean, it's not bad, actually, now that I look at it, now that I take a better look.
He needs to gain about 80 pounds of muscle, and then he could be The Rock.
The bottom line, because I said so. This is my time to rock. This WrestleMania, I'm gonna whoop that ass. Austin 316 said, your ass is got cooked.
It's either he looks like The Rock, then he turns around and it's not so rockish.
No,
his
he's very-
profile is not very rockish.
He's very sloppy.
Cooked. Cooked. How dare you come out here and steal the Rock's line? You didn't see the Rock coming out here and say, what? What?
This guy's terrible.
It's so cringy, right? Like I as I'm watching, I'm going, imagine being married to this guy. Like, let's say they are married. Like, how do you tell your husband, like, hey, sweetheart, I love you, but you're not The Rock. You don't dress up like The Rock. Don't pretend to be The Rock. Don't pretend to talk like The Rock. You're not The Rock. You're not even close to The Rock.
He's divorcing you immediately because he thinks he's The Rock. He's the closest thing. Can you smell what this guy is simmering?
What? What?
And then Macho Man, that's the best.
What?
Macho Man's getting all this on camera.
I don't know what's worse, being the poor man's Rock here or being an African-American Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't know. Who's the worst person of this trio?
Or the shitty Macho Man in the back filming it.
What?
You know, Rock.
Oh, my God.
I would hope I never know anybody that does that. Oh, yeah. Oh, except for that. I mean, that's different. You did dress up like Macho Man with boobs last year for Halloween.
What was I? Macho. I can't even remember what I
Macho
was.
Ma'am.
Macho Man.
Macho Ma'am. That's right.
Sometimes, you know.
I walked into the Halloween party here last year, and I got a good old-fashioned space outfit on. I'm just an astronaut. I look at you. You're a full Macho Man garb with boobs.
Big-ass boobs.
And you're going, hey, I'm Macho Ma'am. And I'm going, that's Mike.
Get it? Macho Man.
Macho Ma'am. Oh, God. So what do we do? We got 3 days left to win this thing. The podcast. The Emmy. The Emmy.
The plaque that you have to buy, I'm sure.
Yes, you do.
You got to buy it.
We'll make our own.
Well, yeah.
Actually, I think we're going to make our own either way. Win or lose.
We're just going to say we won, no matter what.
Yeah, or we put we make a big banner and it says Best of the Bay, but real tiny, so it's not false advertising. We just put Lost.
Best of the Bay finalists.
Yeah.
Finalists.
Yeah, either way, you can't take that away.
Can't take that away from us.
That's right. But if we win, then you really can't take it away because now it's award winning, and at that point, it's game over. It's all upward trajectory.
I mean, if we did win,
If it's just like an O.J. Simpson, like if I did kill
if we won,
here's how I would have done it.
Get our new book, the new handbook. If we won.
The life and times of Mike and Matt. If we would have won.
Oh, I mean, we would. I'd buy a table for sure. Get crazy at the giant awards. I assume they have an awards deal.
They do. They got a gala. I would also buy a table. Let's just put that out there. That's 2 tables.
Competing table. We got a competition going on.
No, we would
So we got
would
2
just
tables.
be able to then support,
Oh, we could fill those tables easily
and
with
we
a
would
multitude of people.
and we would support Creative Loafing in their media
Endeavor.
endeavor. 2 tables are sold
2 tables.
like that.
It almost sounds like you're trying to bribe somebody, man.
No, it's not blackmail.
Shut them dogs up!
I love your dogs. It's great. It makes it authentic.
Oh my God, these dogs. They are.
I often think about all the radio shows that probably just do it from their house now, because why not, right? Like
Everybody does it now because you can.
you can.
Yeah.
It's almost just accepted, right? It's like,
It's
yeah,
just the way it is.
I'm at my house.
At my house, dogs are barking.
Yeah,
Postman's coming.
who cares?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
I think people like the dogs barking.
I do.
People like dog.
What are we? Are you looking at chat?
No, I'm just Donna just walked in. I heard the chime.
Donna, happy birthday! Thank you. I got you a card and a fountain soda, and I'm fin to dust off that pussy.
See, I'm not see now. By the time we go to the chat, there's nothing there.
See, this is why we're doing. This is why we don't. You know, it's
just too. It's forced. Now,
It is
now
forced.
it's forced.
and we don't want that. That's not.
If they read the chat, they would know Moonshine Miller was on Calta's show today, but we wouldn't care. Why would we?
Okay.
Okay, Moonshine Miller was on Calta today, and
Oh, that's it. That's just it. That's it.
I don't know.
There's not more to it.
I don't know. That's all I got.
Oh, right.
And I mean, we don't have any heat. I don't have any heat with Moonshine Miller. I saw him at the comedy club about 2 months ago, and I said hi, and we glad handed each other and told each other how cool we were, and I left.
There you go. There you go. The only, yeah, man. Last I heard of anything of that realm or sort was, I think he was going through some sort of health issue.
He looked okay. What I saw.
Good.
Looked okay. He was
Good.
I think he hosts up there sometimes, and sometimes he performs as well.
At where?
Side Splitters. You ever been to Side Splitters in Tampa in Carrollwood?
Yeah, I went there a couple years ago and saw Gilbert Gottfried.
They run a pretty good place. They have good comedians. They get you your food and everything pretty quickly. It's a good place. Did you have a bad experience?
No.
Okay,
not a bad experience.
We always have a good experience.
But it's that thing where, you know, comedy clubs in general, they really try to pack you in. I mean, they're there to move tickets. I get it, right? But
yeah,
dude, I mean, you got this small little round top table, and I mean, they are stuffing 6 chairs. You know, it was very packed in, and it was it wasn't. I mean, it was post COVID, so it wasn't like at the height of COVID, but it was still like you didn't want to be in a stuffy room with a bunch of people laughing and coughing and smoking and all that stuff. So it was a little uncomfortable in that regard. But overall, Side Splitters is a great club.
they probably pack in a few more chairs for Gilbert Gottfried.
That's what I was picturing.
We don't usually go see huge names there. And yeah, they're always good. Donna usually, she previews them. You go to YouTube and make sure they're not shitty.
Dude,
it's always a good time at the comedy.
What do comedians make?
I'd love to know.
Isn't that a fact?
to know.
A Gilbert Gottfried, perfect example, right? I mean, he's not doing arenas. He's not doing theaters typically. He's doing comedy clubs when he was alive. But it's like, all right, you're doing 3 shows a night or 2 shows a night for 3 days or whatever it is. What does that look like? How do you?
I couldn't even begin to guess, and I'd like to know. Does Gilbert Gottfried make $10,000 in a weekend? Does he make $2,000 in a weekend? I don't know.
Yeah,
1,800. I couldn't even guess.
There's no.
I mean, how many people you think that fits? Maybe 200 people.
Yeah, call it 200 and call it $35 a ticket.
Okay.
Or maybe something like that.
10, 0.
Oh, you're doing long. I was going to pull out the calculator. Let me know if you need help.
That's like $7,000 a show.
All right, $7,000.
And he's doing 2 shows a night. So say.
I think he was doing 1 show.
Okay.
A night. So for 2 nights, so 14,000.
14,000. So he's.
Oh God! What do you think? $3,000 a show?
Something like that. So he's making that's a pretty good. I think everybody's happy. Comedy club's happy. He's making like $6,000 in a weekend.
Oh, man, I would have been so much happier if I could have eliminated. If I would have found like 20 people to put in a little bit more. I'm like, hey man, can we just have him do a personal thing for just like 20 of us, so we can just enjoy it without having 180 other people stuffed around us? I don't know.
I didn't worry about that.
when you went and
Nah, we had parties over here. We partied during COVID.
I know.
Didn't worry about it.
I went and saw him at a weird time. It was a tweener time, dude.
To me, there was only
you knew it was bullshit, but you still had.
if it was in the first 3 months, then that's the,
Oh no, it was like a year and a half later.
no.
or
What are you
something.
talking? After 3 months, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah,
The government fucking told Zuckerberg not to talk about the fucking.
I know.
Then you know how much bullshit that was.
Well, now we know, but dude, yeah, that Zuck memo.
What a and
I think
it
he's just
shouldn't-
being a cheapskate. I think he's like going, I'm not going to donate to anybody. This is my way out of donating to any. None of you guys are getting any money at all. I'm taking my purse is closed. I think that's what he's doing.
No,
I think it's
that,
part of
that too. But shouldn't that be a bigger deal?
Yes.
It's okay. So everybody, if you're an election denier, you're one of the worst people in the world. You know, you're an idiot and you're a threat to democracy. And it seems like that's election interference.
It would seem.
So if you put 2 and 2 together, the election was not legit. But you can't say that. And it's like I don't like the country I'm living in now.
If
I'm
you're,
a normal dude. I don't give,
if you're Zuck, though, isn't that a weird position to be put in? Like that is
I
like
mean, but if they see
not defending Zuck.
no, to your point, on social media, how many posts have you seen where you're going, Zuckerberg did this? Should he be tried for treason? Have you seen any of those? Like, what do you think of Zuck? Blah, blah.
I'm
And
getting
it's
hit
like,
with smart toilet ads.
I'm thinking it's not Zuck. It's the people who told Zuck. And if he got pressured by the government, they're the ones who should be tried for treason.
Yeah, there's a. I'll give you a good. Well, I mean, similar but different.
If the government comes to the hang,
Yeah.
and says we got to, you're kind of like, I guess we got to fucking do it because they'll audit us. They'll
make our lives a
they'll
living
make
hell.
our lives. Yeah, so I understand. So the people who made him do it. Go ahead. What about you?
Oh no, it's similar but different. There's a. I'm not going to mention the candidate, but there's a very famous candidate who was throttled on social media, and they. Actually, I'm not going to tell that story. I'm not going to. Yeah, it's probably better. Yeah, forget that. I'll tell you.
Gotcha.
It's yeah, but it's interesting. But no, I mean, if you're Zuck, like, do you look at Zuck as being a bad person, a good person, or indifferent of a guy who's just like, oh man, I've got this behemoth on my hands, and I would just wanted people to connect, and then it turns into adults baiting children. It turns into spam. It turns into bots. It turns into porn. It turns everything that maybe
It turns into an election rigging device.
right. And you're going, oh wow, now what do I do? And now you've got the administration coming to you, and you're just this guy who built a social media platform that's gotten really out of control. And at some point, do you go, whew, man, I really bit off more than I could chew on this one.
Maybe a long time ago he thought that. People who are super intelligent in certain areas, like perhaps Zuckerberg is, they don't really, sometimes they don't understand the real world. They don't have a lot of common sense. And so he's like, what did I get myself into? I don't know how to deal with any of this.
Well, then you got a board and it's a publicly traded company, and now you're dealing with a whole nother set of issues, and everybody just wants to make money. And so even if you have principles, and even if you have values, and if you have all those things that, a human should sort of have and treasure and value, it's corrupted by being a publicly traded company
You can't. I don't think you could be a publicly traded company and not be.
I think it's got to be very tough.
Not be corrupt. I think
everybody comes down real hard on Zuck, and I get it. But then, sometimes if you really think about it and walk through it, you go, maybe he's in a weird spot.
And maybe he's special. Maybe he's a little. I think he's a little special. Don't you think he's just a little special?
I think we're a little special.
See, it's a hard time to deal with life when you're a little special.
Not easy.
It's hard.
Oh God, are we doing an overtime?
Conspiracy, yes, we are. Conspiracy theory story time says, is Blitz ever coming on the show? I don't know. I don't even know how to get a hold of Blitz.
If he pays us,
I mean, because he's got like 250 large.
bro. I mean, he could sponsor the
Why
hang.
don't
He
you
could be
s-
our title
Come
sponsor
on,
of the hang.
Blitz.
The hang, sponsored by Blitz.
Look, we're cheap. Look, give us $1,000.
Bro.
We'll split 500 apiece, and we'll have you in here. We'll have some cocktails, and we'll fuck around.
Yeah.
500 apiece.
I mean, what's
we're
it to
cheap.
you?
Look, we're
Allegedly, you
easy.
got like $250K.
I'm just looking for some spare change. That's
His,
what we're looking for,
his
spare
new
change.
name is Blitz 250K.
Blitz 250K. Blitz 250K. That's a good one. I'm using it from now on.
Somebody's got to come up. Somebody's got to put that screen name up on Twitch. Somebody's got to be Blitz
250K.
But he didn't get charges pressed against him, and the cuck doesn't want to ruin his life, so everything's cool, right? Nothing shady there. Everything's cool.
You know,
Nothing wrong.
I don't want to get
Keep on moving.
I don't want to get emotional or anything.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to get emotional.
Uh-oh.
But when I think about how our old boss could have kind of ruined Blitz's life, with this whole, he could have charged him.
The whole embezzling of
Oh my
allegedly
God! I mean,
of-
because that's some serious shit. But he didn't, out of the goodness of his heart, because he didn't want to ruin Blitz's life.
warms
because
the cuckles of his heart.
That's the kind of guy he is. All right, thanks for tuning in.
Keep believing that one.
Oh my God! All right, thanks for tuning in. To the hang, we're going to go to the OT, which is available at clusterfshow.com.
Vote.
Vote at vote.cltampa.com. Vote.cltampa.com/entertainment. Best podcast of the Bay, The Hang. Best morning TV show, Cluster F Show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Had a good time. Hope you did as well. And we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock for Cluster F. Hi.